All right, I want to welcome you to Transformation Tuesday. Listen, it is Tuesday and it is Transformation Tuesday. And I want to welcome you to this live broadcast and this live streaming. Listen, if you're watching this right now, if you can hear me, I want you to take a moment and share this as much as you can. I want you to invite someone else to come on and be a part of Transformation Tuesday. You know, last week we did not have Transformation Tuesday, so I'm looking forward to sharing with you all on tonight. Again, it is Transformation Tuesday. And there are some things that I want to share with you tonight that I want to give some enlightenment on and do some teaching on some things. And so I want you to share with me. I want you to please share this. Text someone, tell them Transformation Tuesday is on. And I believe that there's something that you need to hear tonight. I believe there's some insight. I believe that there's some revelation and insight that you need to hear tonight that is important. It is imperative for you to hear and to hear, not just hear, but to be able to take what I'm going to give you tonight and apply it to your everyday life. So I want you, listen, as you're coming on, I want you to share with everybody. Tell them Transformation Tuesday is on. And I'm going to be sharing some other things and some places we'll be um, in your area and pretty soon, possibly in your area if you're in that area. And there's some other things I want to share with you that we have coming up. So listen, I want you to stay tuned and journey with me for Transformation Tuesday. I am looking forward to sharing with you on tonight. Now, I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. We're going to come right back in. I'm going to cut out and we're going to come right back in. But I want you, while you are listening to this little small commercial break, I want you to share this with everybody and tell them to come on. I have something very important that I want to share, some insight that you need to hear. Tonight is going to be an organic prophetic flow. You heard me. It is going to be an organic prophetic flow. And I want you to be a part of this. So stay tuned, sit back, and I'll be back right after this. Tuesday. Listen, I hope you've been sharing with people and I hope you've been telling people to come in because I have something I want to share with you tonight. So welcome back to Transformation Tuesday. All of you that are watching me live, welcome, 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 welcome. Listen, I want you, you know what? I think tonight, as I said, it's going to be more of an organic flow tonight. So we're going to have an organic flow tonight, an organic prophetic flow. But there are some things that I want to share and there's some things that some insight that I want to give to you. Um, and it's nothing more gratifying than when you uh, um, are growing, or you're coming into new knowledge, you're coming into new information, you're coming into new insight at the same time as the people that you live with, that you spend time with, because then you're growing together. And so it's nothing like growing together. But there's some things I want to cover tonight, and I want you to hear. You know, um, we are in we're getting ready to close out. This quarter is getting ready to come to an end. We're already in spring, and we're getting ready as we are engaging and as we are transitioning, and as we are flowing into this new springtime for the seasons that we're in. It's interesting and it is amazing because I believe, and I've been saying this for several months, we are in one of the most sensitive times. We are in one of the most sensitive times as a human race, um, not just as a human race, but as a body of a church, quote unquote, individualized. We are the church. We are in an interesting time because we are experiencing, we are seeing things unfold. We are seeing things manifest right before our eyes. And I used to say this all the time. If you want to know and understand what is happening in the um, in the church, or what is going to be coming up against the church, or what is going to be trying the church, and when I say the church, I mean you specifically, all you have to do is just watch some of the things that take place in the earth realm. Watch what takes place in society, and you can kind of start to gauge where things are in the realm of the spirit without necessarily having to even be a quote unquote prophet or someone that sees. If you watch, you can kind of gauge to understand what we are contending with, or what we will be contending with as a body of believers. And so it's important and it is imperative that as we are um, experiencing and living in these times, um, you are, some of you that are watching me now, and I said this Sunday, I'm going to say it again. Some of you that are watching me now, you've experienced a dip somewhere in your seem like your finance. It seems like something was, you were riding on a, like you just dug in, you were riding fine, and it's like a dip came and impacted your finances in some kind of way, and you're experiencing that dip. And I may get into a little bit of that tonight, but I said this to them Sunday, and not necessarily going into this, but there are some things that God is going to be doing and adding to your life. But there's a dip that you have experienced. I also want to give you a prophetic, I've said it before, but I want to say it again, and I want to add and enhance it, and you need to hear what I'm getting ready to say prophetically. I'm getting ready to say something prophetically. You need to text. You need to get some people on here because I'm getting ready to say something prophetically, and you need to hear what I'm getting ready to say. Many of you know that watch me, or you're part of the ministry, you already know when God speaks to me, we watch it and we see the manifestation, the demonstrations of what God has said to us, or what God has showed me to give to you and to help you, not just for warning, but also for preparation, and also to know what to go after and what to get. So you're going to want to hear what I'm getting ready to say prophetically about the sensitive dispensation, this period of time that we are in. And it is an urging that what I'm going to say prophetically, that you move on this and watch what happens. I'm going to say something prophetically, and you need to move on this and watch what happens. I'm going to give two different types of possessions, and you need to move on this and begin to engage this and begin to move in faith for the prophetic word that I'm getting ready to share in a few moments about what the Lord has been sharing with me, or shared with me. Because we said this last year, um, and I was reminded to refresh again and say it to you again because we're in an open window for this, what I'm about to say, but it's not just an open window. It is important that you move and start moving in this open window, this open door that we are in, and begin to possess. So I'm getting ready to give you the prophetic insight. You know how we do. We want to welcome Charmaine in tonight. We want to welcome Tati in tonight. And we want to welcome in Nancy Sellers in tonight. Let's welcome them in tonight. If you're just coming in again, this is an organic prophetic flow tonight. And I want to touch some specific things, but it's more organic and it's a flow. But there are some things I need to touch. And again, not to be repetitive or redundant, I need to cover and share with you a prophetic insight for those that would receive this, would believe it, and would move in faith in what I'm getting ready to say to you tonight. This is something that I didn't plan to say, but when I was driving, it came to me. And I'm just going to be obedient, but I wasn't planning to share this, but it came to me. And what came to me, welcome to those that are in the sanctuary, what came to me was soul ties. And I'm going to tell you why it came to me as I was driving. The Lord was showing me something and reminded me something. But the word soul ties, or a tied soul, you want to get this, a soul tie or a tied soul. We want to welcome in Pamela Bailey in tonight. And you're going to want to write this down, a soul tie or a tied, T-I-E-D, tied soul. Now, I've been teaching this for years with this word, and I say it so much, if life don't got it, I don't know what to tell them. They should be able to repeat this to somebody else. That word soul, when we were coming up as children, let me just give you this foundation. We were coming up as children, as I was coming up, and many of you probably thought that word soul, when they said soul, normally they grabbed their stomach because they thought their soul was in their stomach. But if you study that word soul, you will find that that word soul is not in your stomach. I'm about to drop a bomb for some of you. Life, you already know, but I'm going to add something because I want to give you something new on this as well. Welcome in Anne Marie Bailey as well. Did I say that already? I don't know if I said that already. But normally when we say soul, when people say soul, they grab their stomach. Your soul is not in your stomach, okay? The word soul, you can study this. If you look throughout, the word soul, soul, or psyche, Aristotle really digs into this word soul or soul. If you look it up, soul, soul, meaning psyche meaning mind. Now this is important because when I was driving, I heard this, and it wasn't that he was giving me something new. It was that he was reminding me of what I already know, and then a freshness came on it. So that word soul tie or a tied soul means, because most times, many of you in church, when you've heard that soul tie, or because that's how it was said, a soul tie, normally when you hear that soul tie, it's a reference to mostly a intimate relationship or a sexual relationship. I'm going to walk heavy here. Y'all better stay tuned. But we've misunderstood it, and we boxed in soul tie because it's not just about sexual or intimate relationship. And normally when they think of that word soul tie, it's been framed as if a soul tie only occurs when you are intimate with somebody or when there is a sexual relationship. Now, that is not wrong, hear me, but that is a small box of soul tie. Because a soul tie is much bigger than that. A soul tie means that there is a tie and or a connection and or a binding together of two minds. I think I'm going to say that again. A soul tie is the binding or tying together of two minds. I should have done an Instagram. I just thought about it. I should have done it. I still can. You don't have to get out. But the misapplication or the misunderstanding of soul tie is because, and this is not taken away from anybody, but it's just been a misunderstanding of the word soul tie. And so when you look, when you've heard that word, welcome in Diane Bryan. Hey, when you hear that word or that soul tie, when you hear that soul tie, again, most times when people hear soul tie, they think about sex. Soul tie is bigger than sex. And I want to dig in because I got to build something so crazy in the next 15 minutes. And over the years, there's been books on soul tie, and I'm not taking away from those books because they're not wrong in saying or using that soul tie as an understanding of intimacy or sex. However, soul tie is bigger than sex. Because that word soul, the word soul again, or soul, means psych. Psych means mind. So then a soul tie is more than that, because a soul tie again is two minds coming together. You don't have to be intimate with someone in order to have a soul tie. A soul tie can occur in a relationship where you have conversation and it's not any type of relationship meaning intimacy. Because a soul tie or tied soul, it's been tied, or soul tie means that there's been a binding or a togetherness of two minds. And the reason why most people, I'm probably going to mess it up. Is it Caleb Crowder? If I mess it up, I'm sorry. But most people don't understand that. And I'm going somewhere with this. When we look and see what is happening, and I don't want to spend a long time on this, when we look and see what is happening, there's some things, I'm going to get in trouble. I already know. I got to say it this way. I want you to hear me, though. So that's why you can't click in and click off, because you'll mess up my words and go tell somebody I said something crazy. You got to hear me. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. We've made the term or the phrase soul ties a negative thing. And it's negative only if, I'm going to get in trouble, only if you are using it in an improper way. What do you mean, Brother House? There's things you tie yourself to every day. Sometimes people tie themselves to television. You tie yourself to the cell phone. You tie yourself to social media. You tie yourself to your job. There's a lot of things that people tie themselves to. And the challenge is most people don't understand how powerful, and I can't say this enough, thought consciousness is. And if we could ever fully grasp and understand how powerful thought consciousness is, or to be conscious, to be aware, alert, and awake is, we wouldn't spend so much time praying over the same thing 20 days, because your consciousness will tell you, or common sense will tell you, that you don't have to pray the same prayer 7 days in a row. Faith should release you when you pray it the first time. Is it wrong to pray the same thing over? No, but faith should release you. Point number one, I want to show you this. Your faith should release you from needing to pray over the same thing more than one time. Did you hear? That was just good. Your faith should release you, hello Kamaya, from praying over the same thing. If you could ever take that word soul tie or tied soul and tie yourself to the kingdom principles, kingdom mindset, you will experience a life that you've never experienced when you become one with God, when you become one with you, and when you become one with the universe. Now that's scary for some people. The universe is bigger than the earth. When you become one with who you are, one with God, there are things that you begin to understand that you didn't understand before. You move in a different mindset, a different thinking, a different perspective, a different view, to the point where no one has to push you, no one has to force you to do things that the kingdom already calls for. Let me give you another one for free. Here goes another one. And this is another one. I know this is probably gonna shock some of y'all, but this is Thursday, Tuesday. Transformation Tuesday. So hey, there's some things. Oh, here we go. There's some struggles that you never actually get delivered from. You learn to manage it. There's some things you learn to manage, and you get control over it, and you get discipline over it. Well, how does that? It doesn't make any sense. That's why there forever be temptations. That is why Paul said we're supposed to, and I'm using this phrase for your understanding, we should absolutely subdue or control the flesh. What is the flesh? The flesh is the things of the mind, the desires, the wants, the wills. So there's a control. There's some things that you will always deal with. It does not mean that God has not taken it from you. Hear me out. It does not mean that it has not been taken from you. It doesn't even mean that you have the desire to do it. That's why Paul said, when I want to do right, evil is always present. If you study the context and frame of what he's saying is, there's always something that will try to get me to yield in a vulnerable moment. And sometimes the thing that tried to get me to yield is the same thing that tried to get me to yield 10,000 times before. The difference now is I've learned to manage. Some people manage their pain. Some people manage their pain. I always say this when I do funerals, don't tell people to get over it. Some people will never get over who died in their life, whether they were 5 or whether they was 95. Some things you don't get over, you just learn to live through. That's what you call managed pain. Manage pain, manage grief. It is not that it's overwhelming me. It is not that it is controlling me. I've learned to manage. Here it is. Everybody gets upset. Y'all going to miss this. Because people's not getting with this. I want you to hear me. Everybody gets upset. Anyone who says they don't get upset is lying. They're not being truthful. Everyone gets upset. The difference is some people can manage their anger when others can't. Am I right, Hurt? Some people can manage their anger and others can't. Some people are explosive when others stay calm. The calm person is not better than the explosive person, but by the fact they are suppressing or subduing or managing to control the anger. So you don't hear their anger, but they're thinking their anger. Oh. So that's why you can't get upset because someone else gets upset loudly, but you stay calm. Calm don't make you better, and calm don't make you right. Jesus. That's what happens when you become conscious, aware, and awake and alert to the power in which you have. See, there's power that God has given us as individuals. There's powers that you have. You have the power to control things in your life. The things you can't control, God takes care of. But there are things we have the ability to control in our life. Most people don't know what they can control. That's it, Tati, anger management. Managing my anger. There's things that you have to learn to control. You see. And the reason why I said that, because I want to throw this soul tie in here. The reason why I started with soul tie is because there are some things that you need to be tied to. Uh-oh. There's some things your soul, your mind needs to be tied to. And one of the things you need to be tied to is peace. Oh, God. You need to be tied to peace. You need to have a peaceful mindset. Are y'all hearing me? You need to have a mind of peace. Some people need to be tied to peace. Some people need to be tied to strength that produces joy. The scripture said, the joy of the Lord is my strength. So joy does not give me strength. It is my strength that gives me my joy. You need to be tied to strength. Some people need to be tied to a mindset of telling the truth and not always telling untruths. So there's some things you need to be tied to. Another thing people need to be tied to is you need to be tied to seeding. You can't get nothing out of a ground you don't put something into. You can't get nothing out of a ground that you don't put anything into. And so when we look at things that are happening or events that are taking place, understand that none of us are exempt, because my grandma would say, you don't know what you will do until you're in something. We can all say what we wouldn't do, but you don't know what you would do, totally what you would or wouldn't do, unless you faced that thing before and then you realize what you faced. You conquered it, so it can't control you. Then you can say, I know what I wouldn't do because I've conquered that thing. But there are some things you need to be tied to. I'm just laying the foundation. This is just the introduction. It's just an organic flow. Our conscious, our thinking and our thoughts and our consciousness are being aware, awake, and alert. Most people are not aware of who they are. They're not alert of their surroundings, and they're not awake to what God is trying to do in their lives. And until you begin to embrace and begin to understand, sometimes you have to sit sometime with your thoughts. Sometimes you have to sit with your thoughts. Sitting with my thoughts is sitting with myself. And most times people don't want to sit with themselves. And the reason why people don't want to sit with themselves is because sitting with yourself means you have to hear yourself. And if you have to hear yourself, you have to deal with yourself. And if you have to deal with yourself, you have to then say, everything is not everybody. Some things are me. Everybody isn't the problem. Sometimes the problem is in me. Sometimes there's something I need to deal with. Sometimes there's something I need to awake to, that I need to change. I need to make adjustments. Because if you change you, the environment that won't change, watch this now, may never change, but you'll change. And because you change, watch this, you won't be able to stay in the environment that won't change. The reason why people repeat the same cycles, some, not all, is not because they don't want change. It's the environment that they're around is stronger than the weakness they're trying to conquer. Wow. 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 Wow, 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 wow. That was good. I didn't even plan to say that one. That was fresh. That was fresh. You see. And here goes. And this is another thing that came to me. And this may make some of you upset, but I want you to hear me out. That's why you don't just jump on something and jump off, because you're going to misunderstand what I'm saying. Here's the thing. We got to get out of this. I thought about this 2 weeks ago. We got to get out of always wanting to cut people out of our lives because they don't do what we think they ought to do. Let me explain what I mean by that. There's a trend. There's not a culture trend. There is a trend where we always want to cut people out of our life, or we say who we don't need. The Lord said something to me. He said, if you remove everyone from your life would be lonely. This is where we miss it, because you have to begin to choose who you want to go to war with. My mother used to say, choose your battles, but she said, don't just choose your battles, choose who you want to fight with you. Everybody won't be able to make it through certain battles in fights that you go through. Okay, so that was the introduction. All right, great introduction. My audience thinks it was a great introduction, so I got my backup. So let's deal with this tonight. This is what I heard prophetically, and I want you to hear this. My Facebook, y'all is on it tonight. Facebook, you are in here. Instagram, thank you for tuning in. This is my second time doing the Instagram, my third time doing the live. Thank y'all for sitting in. I'm trying to build up this Instagram live stuff. So thank you if you're on. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is our Transformation Tuesday. I just wanted to share a little bit with you on Instagram. This is what I heard prophetically, but then I want you to understand it from a practical sense. I said this last year, but now I'm going to enhance it, Nugent. The Lord spoke to me, and he reminded me of this. I want you to hear this. Some of you that are watching, you better take notes. There's two things you need to do. There is an opening right now for this. I want you to hear this. I said this last year prophetically, and we're now seeing it. And the Lord reminded me, and he said this. If there was ever a time over the past 2 years where you need to go and buy property, it's now. You need to buy property. If you do not own property, you need to buy some property. If there was ever a time, hear this, it is now to buy property. Well, I don't have the money. Just stick with me. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. I don't have the money. We say that all the time. People say that all the time. But it's because there is an open window and an open pathway of a release to obtain property. You need to have buying on your mind. Wow. Now, here goes the crazy thing that he showed me. And let's move it to a practical and move out of so much of a spiritual or prophetic, which is great. We're not knocking that. I just want you to hear it in a practical sense. When you look at what's happening in the economy, what's happening around the world with prices and things going up, gas and food is going up, things going up, something is creeping in that I don't know how many people are paying attention to. And what's creeping in, and if you're not conscious, awake, you're going to miss it. And what is creeping in while many people are sleeping is the accessibility to get property and own property. Now, what's crazy about it, let me give you the A clause in that. It's not getting property necessarily for you to live in. Don't miss this. You need to get property that you can buy for an investment and rent out. I want you to hear me. If you're listening, do not tune off. I just gave you an introduction about soul ties. Trust me, I'm going to wrap it all in here in a moment. So again, this is the time where you need to be trying to get property. There are many of you that are watching me now that do not own any property. And it's a twofold to this. So this is just the first half. You do not own any property. You may have never even owned a piece of property. I want to help you understand something. There is a window over the next, oh my goodness, over the next 71 days, there is a window that is open to obtain property. Now, you all don't see this yet, but I want you to watch what is going to come up in the news in the next few weeks about property. Mark this. Take your notes. Those of you that follow me, those that are part of the life, you already know. If you don't know, take the note now. Put the note down now. Because what I don't want to happen to you is, you know how people have all these dreams, you have these ideas. I've had them myself years ago. And you have these ideas and you don't move on them because you say, I don't have the money. And then someone else moves on the idea or the dream that you have, and you're watching them prosper because you didn't make the move, because you let money stop you. Let me give you a practical truth. Money is not in your way. Money is not going to stop you from owning property right now. Hear me. Money is not going to stop you from owning property. Your lack of faith is going to stop you from owning property. You need to be looking at getting property that you can invest in that becomes rental property. And I'm about to give you something crazy. Don't tune off. I'm giving you instruction. This should really be in the class. Why do I do this all the time? I should really be in the class. I really should be charging for this. But here we are. There is an opportunity, and you're going to hear this again in the news in just a short while, on what is happening with property. Secondly, you're going to hear, watch this, and you're going to see the government begin to move for strong assistance with people obtaining, hear this, not residential properties for you to live in, but properties for investment purposes. Watch this. You're going to hear it. There is going to be some assistance coming down the pipeline. They don't even know the assistance. They don't even have this on the total calendar right now. But God is about to shift some things in the government in the favor for people to own property. But it's not property for you to have a 7-bedroom house so you can put on social media and show everybody. This is about legacy, longevity, and investment property. Watch the word that I heard. STEM. Write that down. The word STEM. To STEM. STEM. That word STEM. That STEM. STEM. The word STEM connects us to the word to be stimulated. So what's going to happen is the economy. Oh, Lord. God, hope you people hear me tonight. The economy is going to need to be stimulated because there is an adjustment, an adjusted shift that is getting ready to take place, that is going to shake things up. And there is going to be a movement in the House, in the government, to begin to get money into people's hands through organizations, local organizations, tunneling and distributing that down to your local community, county, and city. God, today, even to some churches to help you buy investment properties. I hope y'all heard what I just said. I really hope y'all heard what I just said. Because you know what gets me all the time? The people that don't believe until they see it. And when they see it, it's too late because they haven't moved on it. Don't be one of those people. So there is a movement that is getting ready to take place. The other part of that is those of you, I'm going to wait on that one. Let me give the next part. Let me give you the other half, number 2. That was number 1, B clause. Let me give you number 2. Number 2, those of you that own properties, plural, hear this, you're going to need to unload a property in order to obtain the next 2 to 3. That's going to break a cycle of hardship right now. I hope you're hearing the word of the Lord. So this is what he said to me. That's what he said to me. He said, tell them to unload. It's crazy. Unload, but you're going to end up getting 2 to 3 more properties from the unload. Wow. Because there's been an adjusted shift. Something happened in the universe, missionary Lindsay. Something happened in the universe. I can't get into all this tonight. That's for something for the 100. Something happened in the universe. And most religious people don't like when you say the word universe. I don't know why. But something happened in the universe. Something moved in the universe. And people don't understand what moved. Don't focus on the gas prices going up. Because there's quite a few people, don't even complain, because the kind of wealth that is getting ready to come into your hands, if the gas price goes to $7, it won't hurt you. You will not just be sustained, Sister Nugent. You will be in an abundance. Because the Lord said to me, I'm not trying to sustain my sons and daughters. I'm giving you an abundance of overflow so that if the gas goes to $7, it won't hurt you. I just need you to not complain. Respond differently. Wow. You have to respond differently because there is a place and a posture of faith. And I'm coming back to this soul tie as I built this introduction. There is a posture and a faith that we need to get tied to. And this is what I heard. I need them to have a soul tie with their faith. Tie your soul to your faith. What is my soul? Soul, psych, mind. Tie your mind to your faith. Wow. Again, soul tie is not just about intimacy. You're doing a disservice by saying that. It's bigger than that. He said, I need you to tie your soul to your faith. And literally, as I'm sitting here, it is literally I'm seeing a rope being tied in faith on the other end so it can't get it loose. Tie your soul, your mind, to your faith. Tie your soul, your mind, to your faith. People who move in a high frequency, y'all better write this down. People who move in a high frequency of faith is going to see the Father do things with them in their life that they did not dream of. But he needs you to have a tied soul of faith. Tie your soul, psych, soul, psych, mind, soul means mind. Tie your mind to your faith. And if I'm tying my mind to my faith, watch this, then my perspective is changing. How I view things is changing. How I see things is changing. How I hear things is changing. My relationship is changing. How I carry myself is changing. How I talk is changing. How I walk is changing. Here we go. Where I eat is changing. What I drive is changing. The way I praise, the way I worship, the way I pray, it's changing. The way I give is changing. The way I live is changing. The way I treat people is changing. I got to tie my soul to my faith. Tie my mind to my faith. Because you are what you think. You become what you think. Whatever you think, that's what you're going to become. Whatever you think, that's what you're going to do. Whatever you think, that's what you're going to go, what you're going to buy, what you're going to wear. Whatever you think. And some of you have to stop thinking yourself out of the dream that you once had. Wow. Stop thinking yourself out of the dream because you're letting your circumstance make you feel like it's not going to happen. Can I repeat this? Put this in the comments. It's still gonna happen for me. My God, I'm finna run. Let me stop. I gotta get out of here. It's still going to happen for me. Y'all better believe what I'm saying. It's still going to happen for me. What you've dreamed, what God told you, what God showed you, it's still going to happen for you. You just need to tie your soul, psyche, mind to your faith. God is trying to raise the frequency and the volume of your faith. Stop saying that the reason I didn't start the business is because I need $20,000. Stop it. Don't do that. Go look at the building. Do the research. God will give you a strategy on how to create something without having a whole lot of money. Do you know people buying houses with no down payment? People are closing on houses with no closing costs. People are starting businesses with, I was reading something, a lady took her last $1,000 in her savings account, bought a bunch of products and said, if it don't work this time, I'm done. Got on Instagram, please don't miss this, got on Instagram, only had 2,000 followers. So don't think because someone has 200,000, 2 million, that don't mean nothing. She only had 2,000 followers. No more than 20 people bought her product, but out of the 20, one person, somebody better say one person. There was one person that bought what she was selling, and she didn't even know the person. Set up a whole showcase of a bunch of people to meet her. All she had to do was get a flight there. She got there and there was a room of 300 people. And what took her 13 years to do, in 1.5 weeks, what she couldn't make in 13 years, she made over $500,000 in 1.5 weeks. She couldn't make it in 13 years. She took her last $1,000 and gave it all she had and said, if this don't work, then I'm done. And she put God to the test. I'm finna run. And when you do that, okay, God gonna show off on you. He gonna show up for you. So stop saying money is your problem. Money's not your problem. Your belief in you and your faith in God is your problem. You have to tie your soul to your faith. Tie your soul to your faith. I can't keep saying it enough. Soul means psyche, soul, mind. Tie your mind to your faith. Become conscious, awake, alert, and aware of who you are, your purpose, what you're here for, what God told you, what God showed you, your passion, your drive, your dream. Stop letting your past be your boyfriend. Stop letting your past be your girlfriend. Stop letting your past take away from you the greatest future that you've ever seen in your life. And that wasn't literal boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm speaking, so understand it. Stop letting your past rob you. Stop letting what you're going through now dictate to what can change tomorrow. Why do we let what happened now slow us down? Keep the same pace. Keep the same rhythm. Don't stop the rhythm. Don't stop the rhythm. Don't stop the beat because of circumstances. Don't stop the rhythm because you don't have but $5 in your account. Guess what? You still going to have and be what you said you were going to be, what God told you what he. Don't stop the rhythm. Why are you slowing down? Because you had bad news. Why are you stopping? Because the forces of darkness is trying to frustrate your life. Trying to agitate you, trying to make you angry at your existence. Don't let darkness win. Light comprehends darkness. Darkness don't comprehend light. If you're in a cave and light a fire, the fire is going to consume the darkness. Because when darkness cannot get to you, it will try to get through the people who's closest to you. And it doesn't mean that they're evil people. It just simply means that darkness is trying to use them to stop you. You have to tie your soul to your faith. Soul, psyche, mind. Tie your mind to your faith. What are you waiting for? One day I'm going to do it. Why can't tomorrow be the day you do it? I don't have everything I need. Well, if you had everything you need, you wouldn't need it. You don't understand. I don't have a lot of money in the bank. Do you know how many people have become wealthy with nothing or little in the bank? Why do we say we have this big God if you won't even trust him? You got to change the way you think. The perspective has to change. So that word soul tie, over the years, it's not just about sex. And I'm not knocking anyone who wrote a book about that. They're right. That is a part of it. But soul tie is so bigger than sex. And there's some things God needs you to be tied to when it comes to kingdom. And one of the things tonight I'm talking about is your faith. Because we confess, but we don't believe, Nugent. We will run around a church, fall out 20,000 times, and get up and still don't have what we said we wanted. How many more prophetic words do you need to become what you keep saying he said you're going to be, or do what you said you were going to do? And once you reach a hill, there's a mountain. I'm finna run. Yeah. Once you reach a hill, there's a mountain to be climbed. And once you reach a mountain, don't stop. There's still a sky that can be reached. Some of you is not starting. God wants to expand what you already have. Let me tell you something. I'm done. God always stretches you. And anytime you're stretched, it's going to hurt. He's going to stretch you. Because that's faith. Without faith, it's impossible. The scripture says it's impossible without faith to do what? Please God. You can't please him without faith. The word please means you can't move him. You can't get him to open up a door. You can't get him to make a way. You can't get him to do nothing without faith. Don't be the people that have to believe to see. See to believe, excuse me. Be the people that have to believe to see. I don't have to see it to believe it. I don't have to believe it to see it to believe, excuse me. I can tell you I believe it, and I'm going to see it. You don't have people problem, you got faith problem. And I'm trying to help somebody. It's the faith is the problem. The only thing and the only reason you don't have what the people that you listen to, watch, and admire has, because they took a risk. They didn't let their pain, watch this, they didn't let their pain control the panic. What are you panicking for? Where's all this peace you're supposed to have? And it doesn't mean that you're not human, because we're human, we're going to cry, you're going to get upset. Those things are part of humanity. But what you don't do is let it control you. Don't let the pain control you. Don't let the frustration control you. Don't let failure control you. Don't let fear control you. Don't let worry consume you. Don't let stress wake up and lay down with you. Are you hearing me? My grandma used to say, she said when her kids would get out of control when they were younger and becoming teens, and she said she'd be getting ready to go run a revival, and she said the devil would say, you can't go nowhere. Your house is a wreck. And she said, the Lord, we don't have this kind of faith. And she said, the Lord said to her one time, said, it's going to be a wreck if you stay, but if you go and take care of my business, I'll make the wreck have a wreck. She said every time she came back home, everything was at peace. And it wasn't that there was so much dysfunction. It was just the fact people would say, well, Mother Lane, you preach all over the place, but your children ain't saved. Okay, what that's supposed to mean? You think that's going to stop me from preaching because they're not saved? Why do we let things stop us? Because we listen to what people say. Our problem is not our past. Our problem is not the people who don't like you. It's not the people who's jealous of you. It's not the attack. It's not your finances being high and being low. It's your faith. You haven't tied your soul, your mind to your faith. Most people have have church faith. You know what church faith is? Missionary Lindsay, church faith is I'm powerful on a Sunday, but I'm weak Monday through Saturday. That's church faith. I come in on a Sunday or watch, I'm excited, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm crying, and then Monday comes and nothing happens. That's church faith. You need soul tie faith. Tie your soul, your mind to your faith. Get that in your mind. I will believe no matter what happens. Your greatest opponent is not the enemy you see. Your greatest opponent is the enemy you can't see that's in you. Wow. People can't even see this because they're looking at everything going. People can't even see, and you may not have, some of you may not agree, but I want you to hear me out. Just watch what happens in the next few weeks. 21:58. I'll get into that in a moment. This is one of the greatest moments to be wealthy. This is one of the greatest times to become a wealthy person. I didn't say rich. I said wealthy person. We are in one of the greatest opportune times to become wealthy. We are in one of the greatest times to become wealthy. There's 5 of you watching me right now. Hear me. There are 5 of you watching me right now that your student loan debt is going to be paid for. I'm talking to 5 of you right now. You're going to get the news that you don't owe the college nothing. I'm talking to 5 of you right now. You don't owe the college nothing. Something is about to shift crazy in your favor. I'm talking to 5 of you right now. Your tuition is going to be paid. You're going to get out of college with a fresh, clean slate. If you mess up your credit, if you get in debt, that's on you. But there's a freshness coming over you. I'm talking to 5 of you right now. Your college tuition. I don't know how he's going to pay it, but he just told me it's going to be paid for. And you're going to testify that it happened for me. It's paid. I don't know how, but it happened for me. It's being paid for. We're in one of the greatest opportune moments. We are. And people don't see it because they're not thought conscious. They're not conscious to the things of God. They're not conscious to what's happening in the earth. And you're not awake, alert, or aware. I'm getting ready to stop. It's important. So what is our lesson tonight? You need to be tied. You need to tie your soul to your faith. Put that in the comments. Facebook, y'all is going crazy over here. You need to tie your soul to your faith. Soul, for those of you that are just coming in, the root word for soul is soul, which means psyche. Psyche means mind. And he breathed into man, and man became a living soul. Soul. That means he breathed into man, and watch this, he breathed into man, and man's mind caused him to get up. You need to be tied. Tie your soul to your faith. Tie your thoughts. So when doubt comes, nope, doubt can't stay because my faith is tied. When worry and stress and frustration comes, it can't stay there because I'm thinking on another frequency. I'm on another frequency. I'm in a whole nother frequency of thinking. I'm in a whole nother frequency of understanding. I'm in a whole nother frequency of hearing. I'm seeing things different. I'm hearing things different. I'm moving differently. I'm not even moving like some of the people. It's different. I'm not even there. I'm so far beyond that. Raise your level of thinking. Change your view. And if the view from where you are isn't good, Guess what? Find another window in the house to get another view. Get another view of your future, of God, of life, of your children, whatever it, get a different view of your business you want to start or the business you want to expand, your relationship with God. Get a different view. Serve God the way he wants you to serve him. Because he's trying to speak to you. He's trying to speak to you. All right, it's important. We've missed soul tie because we think it's just about sex. I could go deep in that, but I don't want to spend time on that. I'm not going to go there. It's not. It's more than that. Soul tie means just you're tied in mind, in thought. Because our emotions are in our thought. You think to feel, you don't feel to think. The responses of your body, understanding of what is pain, is because your mind tells you it's pain. Your mind tells you that it hurts. And if you could ever begin to manage and control the thoughts that come into our mind, I'm finna run. There are things that will not try to ruin or take your day. You can live a joyful life. You can live a joyful life. You can live a life of peace. You can live a life of peace. You can be in chaos but have peace. That's real. That's not fake. There could be a whole lot of mess going on around you, but you've got peace. Everything could be seemingly going wrong in your life, and you'll start talking about the things that are going right in your future. Because your perspective on life with God is different. You're looking from a different place. Because that's what happens when you tie your soul, your mind to your faith. Take your mind and wrap it around faith. What is faith? It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is the substance. Faith is the substance. Faith is the substance. It's the evidence of what? Of things not seen. So my evidence is I can't see it, but I believe. God. There's nothing wrong with crying, but don't let crying consume you. There's some pain, there's some hurt you will carry 20 years in your life. But watch this, you'll manage it. My grandmother died in 2006, and there's still moments when I cry, Sister Nugent. But it doesn't consume me like it did when she first died. I've learned to manage my grief. Oh, I'm finna run. And when you become thought conscious, you see things differently. You're not void of life. You're not far out in space. You just move differently. And some of you need to move differently. And you can't move differently until you think differently. Some people are so scared to meet new people because you're so afraid about the other people that were in your life and what they did. Friends, relationship, whatever it was. That's fear. Fear has you. And the way you break that fear, meet new people. Don't be afraid. You get so afraid. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to be hurt again. You're human. Some people are so afraid. You meet new people. Tie your soul to your faith. Tie your mind to your faith. I'm done. Listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Instagram, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is my third time doing the Instagram Live. I'm on Facebook, of course, all the time. But thank you so much, Instagram, for tuning in. I hope y'all and heard something that I said. Let me close with this before I get off. Let me give you one more nugget. Facebook don't go nowhere. Let me give you one more nugget. Anytime you reach a height in your life, or you reach an accomplishment in your life, or you obtain a goal in your life, whatever that is, without letting it consume you, be prepared for an attack. The problem is, Sister Nugent, we don't like to prepare for the attack, but the attack is inevitable. Because there's some things the enemy will not touch in your life until you have something for him to take. Jesus! Do you just hear what there's some things the enemy will not touch in your life until you have something for him to take. And here goes a place to give God praise. Don't get mad if he's trying to take it. Thank God that the enemy is proven you've got something that's worth taking. If he's spending time trying to attack your body, afflict your body, drive you crazy, do whatever he's trying to do, it's because you have something that is worth taking. The enemy does not try to take nothing that isn't worth taking. When he's trying to go crazy on your kids, it's because there's something that he knows that they got that he wants. He hasn't come to the conscious understanding that is he can't get it. He will keep trying. He's a narcissistic. He will keep trying. The enemy will keep trying and trying and trying. And here goes the thing. It will frustrate you more than the person that's being attacked. Because they don't realize they're being attacked. Your money doesn't get the attack. You get the attack. So don't get upset. You got to be prepared for the attack. I'm not looking out the window for it. No. But I'm prepared. And if you have something that that darkness wants, it's because you have something worth taking. If you didn't have nothing to take, darkness wouldn't want it. And you get mad. No, that's when you celebrate. And everything give thanks. I'm not getting mad. I will bless the Lord at all times. And his praise shall I mean, I'm not going to stop praising him. I'm not going to stop praising him because what I'm going through is hard. It's tough. And what makes it worse is when you are strong for everyone else. And all you want is one moment of weakness. And the Lord said, I'll give you one moment of weakness, but I can't give you days. Because you have too much to give out to be down so long. I'm finna run. Yeah, you have too much to give out to be down that long. That might be tough, but he can't let you be down. You're the strength of the pack. You're the voice of reason. You are the strategist. You are the wisdom. You are the dreamer. You are the Joseph. I can't let you stay in the pit. I can't let you stay in the prison. I will break you out. You may get in the pit, but I'm coming to get you. You may get in the prison, but I'm coming to get you. You can't stay down for too long. He won't let you. He won't let you. Because somebody you don't know is watching and depending on you. That's why when you're having a meltdown, don't melt down in front of people, watch this, who can't handle your meltdown. Don't melt down in front of everybody. Don't cry in front of everybody. Everybody don't deserve to see you melt down. Some people can only see your strength. That's why Jesus only took Peter, James, and John in the Garden of Gethsemane with him. He didn't take all the disciples, and they fell asleep. You can't take everybody with you when you're in a meltdown, when you're in a crisis, when you don't know what to do, and everybody's depending on you, and everybody's saying, but if you don't know what to do, what am I going to do? Because they're to panic everybody. You got to take someone who may not totally get it, but they can let you have a meltdown and wait for you to bounce back. Tie your soul, your mind to your faith. This is bigger. It's bigger than you. Your dream is bigger than you. Huh? Your business, it's bigger than you. Your ministry is bigger than you. It's not just about you. Someone else is going to read your life without you ever writing a book and want to be and do what you've done. And they don't even know that you struggle because all they see is your strength. Somebody said, it ain't easy being me. But what did Jesus tell Peter? Simon, Simon, the devil desires to what? Sift you. That means toss you back and forth like wheat. But I'm praying that your what? Your faith fail not. Can I pray for you all tonight that your faith fail not? That your faith fail not. That your faith fail not. And when you are converted, change, when you get back up, when you get back up, when you get back up, when you get it together, when you come out of your weak moment, when you come out of your tears, when you come out of all of that, then go, he says, and strengthen. Get your brother up. He says, Peter, you can't stay here long, Peter, because I need you to go strengthen your brother. Yee. Ah, that's a good place to praise right there. Yee. Wow. So soul tie, tying my soul to my faith. Listen, thank y'all so much for watching. Facebook, y'all stay there. Instagram, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I was getting dressed today. God, don't forget, this is the moment for investment. Those of you, buy properties. Buy properties. There's a window open for properties. You're going to see some things happen in the next few weeks in the news. Mark my words. Watch what's going to happen. Don't be one of them. Oh, man, I should have done it. I ain't got the credit. I'm not even going to get into all that right now. We talked about faith. Sometimes God will give you what your credit can't get you, but then he still expects you to work on your credit. Don't do like people, God give you something, you ain't had the best credit, but then you still don't try to work on your credit. No. You don't go down. You take it, take the moment, learn the lesson, and say, now let me fix this. Because I've had moments years ago when my credit wasn't that great. And God gave me big things with little credit. Yeah. But then it's up to me now to make sure I work on my credit. But this is a window, it's an opportunity. It is a moment of investment. Go invest in property. I'm telling you, something is getting ready to happen. When we start turning into 2023, that's too much. You trust me, you've got to do it because there's a window open, there's a door open. Stop talking about what you can't afford. God is going to give you property that you can afford at a price you can afford. I've seen him do it. He's done it. For me, he will do it for you. And we're in something in the body of Christ. We're in something in the universe. We're in something in the earth realm. Something has shifted and adjusted. And you got to make a move. God's waiting for you. You're not waiting for God. Okay? I was getting dressed, and those of you, you're watching Facebook, you already know. Instagram, thank you so much. We don't beg you. We don't try to make you seed sow. We don't do that. I don't believe in it. I don't try to beg you. Just simply, I extend the opportunity. And this is what I heard, $21.58. Those of you that will sow $21.58, that's $21.58. There's at least 5 of you that can sow $258. Why am I sowing this seed? I'm going to tell you why it's an investment. It is a seed. Here's one thing I've learned, and if you watch secular world, artists, actors, R&B stars, rappers, they do something that believers don't do. When they get in a financial bind or when they're trying to expand something in their life, they will plant a seed. We still toil with what we should give. If you want to do that, you can. When you do that, sow it with faith. Never put a seed in the ground without a purpose. $21.58, $21.58 or $258. Facebook, it's on the screen. Instagram, it's not on Instagram screen. I'll have to put it on the Instagram screen. Again, you don't have to. This isn't a force. You don't have to. It is what it is. But $21.58, and I'm going to tell you why. I was getting dressed. I'm not making this up. Y'all know me. Those of you that know me, you watch me life, you know. I don't make stuff up. I was getting dressed, and I was driving, and I kept hearing $21.58. And I said, is that what you want me to challenge him to give? $21.58, $21.58, or $258, according to what you can give. I'm going to tell you why he told me that. This is what he said to me. He said, in the next 21 days, I am getting ready in the next 21 days. Hear this. In the next 21 days, I am getting ready to move those of you that sowed the seed into a 21-day shift. In 58 days, if you move and you act, those of you that have never owned a property, those of you that own a property and you want to get another property, he said in 58 days, after the 21 days, watch this, you will get property, hear this, within that time frame if you move in this obedience. It's not a gimmick, not a game. We sow on the stock market. We invest in businesses. We invest in all kind of companies. This is an investment tonight. I'm not even playing with this. It's an investment. What is it? It's just a simple act of faith that I believe. I'm putting my faith here. Those of you that will do it. Again, you don't have to do it. But I want to pray for you. Whether you do it or not, I want to pray for you. I want to declare and decree over your life. But those of you, some of you are already given. Facebook is already given. Thank you on Facebook. They are given already. They're not waiting. If you're watching on Instagram, it is DRVERON. I'm going to try to put it in this thing. I am not savvy with this, so please don't nobody laugh at me. I'm going to figure this out. That is the Cash App. Isn't there a way to pin this? I don't know nothing about that. I'm going to mess it up. All right. And then the PayPal is House Global 100. Oh, she's going to put it in there for me. Thank you. All right, it's going to come up. Somebody's going to put it in there. Thank you. They're going to help me out. This ain't my thing. I'm going to stay in my lane. Facebook, y'all are moving. Facebook is on the move. Facebook is moving. Thank you, Tay. Thank you, Nancy. 2158 or 258. That's right, Nancy. Thank all of you. Did I miss some of your names? You know, we call you out not to be seen, but I like to acknowledge you because you don't have to give. You don't have to give. One thing I believe, I am not going to ever give more for clothes, more for cars, more for houses or restaurants than I do to the kingdom. There's nothing wrong with living nice and having nice things, but never let your living beat your giving. I'm not going to do it. I go to a restaurant and spend $95 on myself and I tip $30 to $50. I wouldn't dare not do that in the kingdom because the kingdom is the only stock market that never crashes. If you want to give the $21.58, that's $21.58 or $258, it is in. There was somebody on here. I don't know her. Let me see. Let me look. I wanted to minister to the person. Let me see if I can find her. It was Miss something. Let me scroll. I hope she's still on here. I had a word for you. I don't even know who you are, but I got a word for you. Let me go back. The Cash App is DRVERON. Facebook, I'm not calling your name. I'm so sorry. Put your names up again, Facebook. I'm sorry. Thank you, Geraldine Sellers. Her seed is in the ground. Tay's seed is in the ground. Nancy's seed is in the ground. There was a lady I wanted to minister to. I don't know who you are. There you are. Miss, where did it go? Miss .VONCILE. I don't know how to say that. Miss Voncille Frazier. Did I say that right? Are you still here? I don't know you, but I want to minister to you. Just let me know if you're there. I want to minister to you. You're there? All right, listen to me. Let me tell you this. I don't know you. Let these people know I don't know you. I don't know who you are. This is not a gimmick. This isn't a game. I don't know who you are. I don't even know what your real name is. Don't even put it in the comments. I don't know who she is at all. Here's the word of the Lord for you. 3 things is getting ready to happen in your life. The first thing that's getting ready, and it's not necessarily in this order, but just the first thing that's going to happen for you, you're getting ready to move. Matter of fact, I even see you you've looked at places to move. It almost seems like the places you want, you don't have the finance right now. I'm going to tell you something. The favor of God is getting ready to hit your life in such a crazy way that you're going to be able to move in the address that you've already looked at. Number two, there is a debt wipeout that's getting ready to hit your life, a debt wipeout that's getting ready to hit your life, and you're going to almost just about be totally free of debt. Number three, God, I feel God, even while I'm talking right here. I see this right here. Now, I see the word job, but I see magnify the word business. And the reason why I see the word job, because I understand where you are, but I see the word business, and something is getting, matter of fact, there is a connection that's getting ready to happen in the next 90 to 120 days. If you step out in faith, God is going to take your business that is small right now, and there is a few people, there's a connection that is going to expand your business, and God said he's going to do this to give you hope and to intensify the frequency of your faith, to know that everything you've gone through pre-pandemic and then the pandemic hit and it didn't make it any better, you're coming into a walk-out season. The Lord is walking you out of that, and he's walking you into promises and dreams that you have had. This is the word of the Lord for you. And you all see, I don't know her. She said, I don't know her. I don't know her. But that is the word of the Lord for you. You're getting ready to get a place you cannot afford at a price you can afford. He's going to wipe out some debt in your life, specifically something with education. Thirdly, I got to go. Oh, my goodness. Jesus. Thirdly, the job you work on is not the end of your life. You're not even happy there. And that is because you are a business owner. You are an entrepreneur. And matter of fact, you're going to have more than one business, because I see 2 or 3 things that you can do. That's all I'm going to say. Watch what God do. She said, I know God is awesome. Can y'all give God praise for her? Somebody praise God for her. It could be you. All right, I done missed all of y'all on Facebook with the seed. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I hold y'all down every week. I'm going to just go clap for everybody. How about that? There you go. Here go your clap. That's a clap for everybody. Yeah, I don't even know who she is, but one thing I know is God don't lie to me. I love it when you minister to someone you don't know, they don't know you. That is so awesome. Am I right about it? Yeah. God's going to, and God's taking some grief from you. God's taking some grief from you. Loss. Yeah. All right. Listen, we got some exciting things. Listen, if you're anywhere near, you're welcome. You're welcome. If you're anywhere, next week I will be in Syracuse on the 8th of next week, next Friday. I'll be in Syracuse, New York. Haven't been there in years. Wow, look at that. Somebody wants to sow into you, Miss. I'm messing up. I'm just going to say Frazier. Somebody wants to sow. You better put your cash up in there, woman. Somebody's about to sow into your life. Wow. Wow. Somebody's about to sow into your life. And what's funny is the person that's getting ready to sow into your life is an entrepreneur. Not just an average entrepreneur, a big entrepreneur. Someone's about to sow into your life. Put your Cash App in that. Yeah. These social medias is so slow. It's like you be talking and they don't be moving. Make sure she about to sow. Look at God. Look at God. Jesus today. Glory to God. The 8th of April, I'll be in Syracuse, New York with one of my covenant pastors. And we'll put up more information about that. Yeah, she said that's crazy. God is good because she needed that sow. That that sow into you from one entrepreneur who was already successful in it. If you could really understand, and that seed is really bigger than that for her because she needs this seed. Let me stop. Let me get out of here. Let me go. Let me go. It's not even prophetic night, but I feel the flow. Yeah, she needs that seed. Yeah, not that you maybe somebody else do, but she needs that seed. And that is the word of the Lord for you tonight. You came on here, and I don't even do Instagram like this. Third time doing live, and look at what God does for somebody. I love to see people get blessed by the word of the Lord, and then I love to see God just mess us all up and just do it like that. She said, nobody but God. Girl, wherever you are, you better scream and give God some praise. You better give God some praise. Can y'all praise God with her? Yes, Nancy said, feel the flow. All right, tomorrow, join us tomorrow. Every Wednesday, we're feeding 1,000 people once a month. Our goal is before this year, I want to be feeding 2,000 people. Why can't we feed 2,000 people twice a week? Every other week, excuse me. Every other week. Amen. Twice a month. Hallelujah. Dr. Brown will get me. Tomorrow is our food pantry and our giveaway. Our food pantry and our giveaway. Every Wednesday, we are feeding hundreds of people free groceries, not no little fake groceries, real groceries and hot food, grab and go. If you're anywhere in the Mount Vernon area, we do this every single week. Come and join us. If you know somebody, tell them to come out and join us. If you're anywhere near the area, join us on a Sunday for 12 noon service at the Life, 12 noon service Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to have you come and share with us and fellowship with us in person. It's one thing to watch it on live. It's nothing like being in person in the house. All right? Look for, I'm forgetting something. I am forgetting something. I'm forgetting something I was supposed to say. Next week, is it next week? Is that next Sunday did I say? Next Sunday, we'll be having a heart-to-heart here at the Life after service. Those of you that are watching on the Life, if you're not in, haven't been in person in a while, you might want to come in person and hear some things. Mount Vernon, New York. Mount Vernon, New York. We are about 35, 45 minutes from Manhattan. We are less than 10 minutes from the Bronx. We are downstate. We're not upstate. We are downstate. So come and share with us. And listen, Resurrection Sunday is coming up. Listen, you need to get a plane, get a car, get a train, and come. You talk about a Resurrection Sunday. Listen, it's going to be bananas in here. The word that the Lord gave me for Resurrection Sunday is crazy. It's crazy, the word that I'm going to be sharing on Resurrection Sunday. Come and join us on Resurrection Sunday. Dress your best. Whatever you have to wear, just come. We'd love to have you. All right, where there is life, there is hope. And where there is hope, there is life. I hope you've been life today, and I hope something was said that has literally transformed the way you think on this Transformation Tuesday. Now go and live. Shalom. Peace be unto all of you.